Let me set the scene. What happens when a rising star from East London steps into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the new Black Panther? Today, we're spilling every last drop of that tea. Hey, it's Emma, and I'm feeling inspired today, like spine-tingly inspired. You know when someone's glow-up is so undeniable it makes you want to work harder? That. So, let's talk David Jonsson. British actor. Stage, TV, film. Trained at RADA, which is the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, the big leagues for actors. He broke out on Industry, that BBC Two and HBO show about young bankers. And now he's been announced to play T'Challa 2, also called Toussaint, in Black Panther 3 in the MCU, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That is a mantle, honey. Personal moment. Years ago, I pitched a segment at a glossy magazine. The room was a wall of polite no's. I was the youngest there and low-key invisible. I walked out holding back tears because, pride. Then I called my mum from a pret, hands shaking, and she goes, "Did you make your point clearly?" I said, "I think so." She said, "Then you go back in and make it clearer." I rewrote the deck overnight and asked for another 5 minutes. This time, I led with the why, not the what. It landed. They greenlit the piece, and the editor who first iced me out later told me, "You just needed to own the room." That sting of being underestimated turned into fuel. Honestly, I hear echoes of that in David's arc. Back to his origins. He grew up in Custom House in East London, not exactly the Eton pipeline. His dad was an IT engineer at Heathrow. His mum worked for the Met Police, youngest of 4. He calls his background Creole with Sierra Leonean roots, plus Nigerian, Caribbean, and Swedish in the mix. He got dismissed from school at one point, transferred, told his mum he wanted to act, and that course correction became a whole life. That's a plot twist I respect. Basic intro to his work, quick and clean. Industry gave him international visibility, playing Gus Saki, an old Etonian type. Eton is that elite British boarding school, by the way. He literally visited Eton and Oxford, the university, to study the vibe, the posture, the speech patterns. Method, but make it sociological. Then came Rye Lane in 2023, his feature debut at Sundance, which is that big indie film festival in Utah. It was a total vibe, fresh, funny, and London to the core. His multicultural background clearly shapes the choices. When he plays characters navigating class or identity, he threads nuance without making it a lecture. It's the quiet details for me, the rhythm in a sentence, the tension in a shoulder. That's craft meeting lived experience, just saying. Let's talk impact. Before the Marvel blast radius, he already had receipts. West End Theatre with David Tennant, who is the Scottish actor legendary for Doctor Who and much more. A Black British Theatre Award in 2021 for And Breathe at the Almeida Theatre. On screen, he did an Agatha Christie adaptation, Murder is Easy, playing Luke Fitzwilliam. Then Alien Romulus in 2024 hits, and he's a synthetic named Andy. Playing an android, calibrating movement and voice so precisely, that's not easy, critics noticed. The momentum kept stacking. BAFTA Rising Star in 2025, which is the British Academy's public-voted award for breakout talent. He also pulled strong notices for The Long Walk in 2025, a dystopian drama, and got a BIFA nomination as Best Lead for Waste Man, which he also executive produced. That EP credit screams multi-hyphenate energy. Now, imagine stepping into Marvel as T'Challa's son. I close my eyes and I hear the drumline at San Diego Comic-Con, which is that massive pop culture convention where studios drop bombshells. You walk out on stage, the room is trembling, and you can feel the grief and love audiences carry for Black Panther. You have to honor Chadwick Boseman's legacy while being fully yourself. Not me, but me. Terrifying and electric. High-key historic. Okay, the big unanswered question. The alien thing. There is talk that he's expected to return as Andy in a sequel to Alien Romulus, but that is not officially confirmed. No locked release, no formal studio greenlight publicly shared. So if you see Stan accounts saying booked and busy, take a breath. That's expectation, not confirmation. My take. He should come back. Alien thrives when the synthetic character is morally chewy and emotionally uncanny. Think of the franchise DNA. He nailed that calibrated stillness, and the fan response suggests unfinished business. Strategically, keeping one foot in prestige genre while gearing up for Marvel is a smart portfolio move. It signals range and keeps the global fandom engaged between Marvel press cycles. Studios, call me. Zooming out, why does his rise hit different? Because the culture has been drowning in Nepo baby discourse, right? But David's story is about grind plus access earned through training. National Youth Theater, scholarship to RADA, an alumni pipeline to the Almeida and the West End. Then industry, Rye Lane, Alien, and now Black Panther. It's a strategic climb, not an overnight TikTok lottery. And the roles mirror bigger shifts. Industry let him decode elite spaces from the view of someone who had to study the codes. That's class commentary baked into a drama. Rye Lane gave us a Black British rom-com that was joyful, not trauma-forward. Alien Romulus put him at the center of a legacy genre while playing non-human, which low-key expands what leading men look and move like. Then Black Panther 3 will be about inheritance, identity, and how you carry a name without being swallowed by it. Side notes you should flex at dinner. He presented a Jean-Michel Basquiat episode of Great Lives on BBC Radio 4, which shows he's not just vibes, he's plugged into art history. He did audio drama with Unit, sharpening that voice control. He has upcoming projects like Ben/Eubank and Scandalous, titles under wraps for details, plus something called The Chaperones in post. Diverse slate equals sustained momentum. Also, can we celebrate the surprise beats? He lived in New York for 2 years as a teen after GCSEs, then came back to London and powered into training. He was dismissed from school earlier and turned it into a pivot. That's the kind of plot reversal that gives you steel under the smile. Big yikes to the people who counted him out. Before we wrap, the pop culture imprint is already real. Industry memes, Rye Lane couple goals, alien think pieces about synthetic souls, and now the Black Panther mantle announcement setting timelines through the late 2020s. Representation matters, obviously, but representation with excellence is the mic drop. I'm excited to see how he balances blockbuster weight with sharp, intimate films that keep him honest. Next time, we're getting into fashion and cinema, red carpets as storytelling, costumes as character psychology, and why one wrong hem can tank an otherwise perfect performance. I have receipts. Okay, we covered a lot. David Jonsson is living rent-free in my mind right now, and I'm not charging him a penny. Stay curious, stay inspired, and if a room underestimates you, walk back in and make your point clearer. Later.